Guillermo del Toro, the visionary auteur whose films blend the grotesque with the sublime, has always been a fervent guardian of cinema's soul. With his latest opus, a reimagining of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, now streaming on Netflix, Del Toro finds himself at the epicenter of a seismic industry shift, the streaming giant's impending acquisition of Warner Bros. Amid whispers of doom for traditional theaters, Del Toro emerges as a staunch defender, proclaiming with poetic fervor that there's no substitute for the communal alchemy of the big screen. His words, delivered during a riveting dialogue at the British Film Institute, cut through the corporate clamor, reaffirming cinema's irreplaceable magic in an era dominated by algorithms and on-demand convenience. Del Toro's passion for the theatrical experience is no mere nostalgia. It's a philosophical anchor rooted in the medium's primal power. Make no mistake, fairy tales and horror stories are parables, he intones, framing genre storytelling as vessels for the ineffable. In Frankenstein, his collaboration with Netflix, he resurrects the monster not as a mere bogeyman, but as a mirror to humanity's darkest yearnings, loneliness, creation, and the hubris of playing God. They speak of things we cannot name. That's their power, he elaborates, drawing parallels to songcraft where melody and lyric defy literal translation. They speak of things the way a song speaks when the music and the lyrics make no sense. For Del Toro, cinema transcends narrative. It's a sensory communion, evoking emotions that linger like half-remembered dreams. Central to his defense is the visceral scale of the theater itself. That's the power of cinema. And I think the beauty of seeing it here is you have a big screen showing big ideas, he asserts, gesturing to the cavernous BFI auditorium as a sacred space. The enormity matters. Ideas swell to fill the frame, immersing audiences in worlds where shadows loom larger and whispers thunder. Del Toro contrasts this with the pixelated isolation of personal devices, quipping, "For people that see them on their phone, it takes 38,000 of those little things to form a screen." It's a vivid metaphor, underscoring how fragmentation dilutes impact. A single tweet-sized glance cannot capture the epic sweep of a Del Toro vista, from the labyrinthine bowels of Pan's Labyrinth to the biomechanical horrors of Pacific Rim. Yet, Del Toro's advocacy is laced with wry pragmatism. "I'm very happy that you're here. Of course, you can see it at home and the food will be perhaps better," he concedes with a chuckle, acknowledging the creature comforts of streaming. But herein lies the crux. Theater offers not just viewing but experiencing, a collective ritual where strangers become co-conspirators in the dark. "You will have this experience collectively, all of you," he promises, evoking the shared gasps, laughter, and tears that bind us. In an age of solitary scrolls, this communal heartbeat is cinema's endangered heartbeat, a pulse that Netflix's billions cannot replicate. The timing of Del Toro's remarks amplifies their urgency. Netflix's bid for Warner Bros. Signals a consolidation that could accelerate the exodus from multiplexes to mobile screens, echoing the disruptions of the pandemic era. Theatrical releases, once the gold standard, now vie with day-and-date streaming drops, eroding the event-like allure of opening weekends. Del Toro, no stranger to streaming, his Pinocchio stop-motion marvel also graced Netflix, navigates this hybrid landscape with nuance. He praises the platform's reach. It democratizes access, he might argue, but warns against complacency. Cinema without theaters is like poetry without voice, a sentiment he embodies in his meticulous craftsmanship. This leads seamlessly to his impassioned rebuttal against the encroaching specter of artificial intelligence in filmmaking. As AI tools promise efficiency, generating scripts, deep-faking actors, even scoring soundtracks, Del Toro doubles down on the irreplaceable humanity of creation. "We wove the fabric," he declares of Frankenstein's tactile details. "The fabric on the main characters is not bought in a store. We made it, we wove it, we printed it, we aged it, we tinted it. The embroidery in the veils is done by hand. Every veil is embroidered by hand. These aren't flourishes, they're talismans infusing the film with the sweat and soul of artisans." In a Del Toro production, every stitch tells a story, every patina whispers history, elements AI's sterile simulations could never authentically forge. Del Toro's oeuvre is a testament to this ethos. From the fairy tale ferocity of The Shape of Water, where love blooms amid Cold War shadows, to the gothic grandeur of Crimson Peak, his films are odes to the handmade marvelous. Frankenstein continues this lineage, with Jacob Elordi as the tormented creator and Mia Goth as a reimagined Elizabeth, their performances layered with the director's signature empathy for the monstrous. Everything is done to sustain this feeling that you're seeing something thematically and artistically done by a group of people. He concludes, elevating collaboration as cinema's true monster, a benevolent behemoth born of shared vision. Beyond aesthetics, Del Toro's stance carries broader implications for the industry's soul. As conglomerates like Netflix swallow studios, the risk is a homogenized output, where data-driven decisions prioritize bingeable familiarity over bold experimentation. Del Toro, ever the fabulist, counters with parables of his own, stories that probe the human condition's underbelly from Hellboy's reluctant heroism to the devil's backbone's spectral innocence. Theater, he insists, is the crucible where these tales ignite, fostering serendipity, the chance encounter with a stranger's reaction that reshapes our own. Looking ahead, Del Toro's words challenge filmmakers and audiences alike to reclaim the ritual. He envisions hybrid models, streaming as entry point, theater as exaltation. For aspiring directors, it's a call to arms. Embrace the handmade, the imperfect, the profoundly human. For viewers, it's an invitation to step out from the glow of screens into the hush of auditoriums, where stories unfold not in isolation but in symphony. In the end, Del Toro's defense is less a lament than a love letter to cinema's enduring flame. As Netflix reshapes the map, his voice reminds us, the magic isn't in the medium but in the moment, the collective breath held in darkness, the shared exhale of wonder. There may be no substitute for theater, but in Del Toro's world that's not a loss. It's a liberation, a reaffirmation that some wonders demand to be witnessed together, under the vast, unblinking eye of the silver screen.